I was taking a cycling class every day, lifting weights, tracking my macros. I looked exactly how gay culture told me I was supposed to look, and I was miserable. Nobody talks about what happens when you finally get the body and it doesn't fix what you're feeling inside. Aloha, I'm Malu, yoga teacher of 20 years, and I help gay men to regulate their nervous systems, overcome addictive behaviors, and be their most confident, comfortable selves. Before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss content like this. The first man I dated seriously was in my early 20s. I loved going out to restaurants, trying new food, and ordering dessert. I still have a massive sweet tooth. So sharing food was one of the ways I enjoyed spending time with someone. But one night I discovered that after we ate together, he would purge. He was struggling with bulimia. At the time, I didn't fully understand the level of pain he was carrying or how deeply his self-worth had become connected to the appearance of his body. What made it even more complicated was the way he talked about my body. Now, at the time, my body wasn't much to look at either. I had always been really skinny and often teased for it. But he would tell me that he wished he had my body. He would look at my body and see something desirable, while I could look at the exact same body and see something that needed to be fixed. Neither of us was seeing ourselves clearly. We were seeing ourselves through shame. We had both absorbed the idea that a gay man's body is something that needs to be constantly evaluated. Shortly after that relationship ended, I found yoga. The physical practice changed my body fairly quickly. I went from being skin and bones to looking leaner and more defined. And suddenly, I started receiving attention. People noticed me, complimented me. I felt more desirable. Now, I would love to tell you that I simply appreciated the changes and continued practicing yoga for my health. But that wasn't what happened. The attention became intoxicating. I started going to the gym, I hired a personal trainer, and at one point, while I was living in New York City, surrounded by some of the most perfect bodies in the gay world, I was taking a cycling class almost every day. I was constantly chasing more definition, more muscle, more validation. Because once people begin rewarding you for the way your body looks, it becomes very easy to believe that your body is the source of your value. You tell yourself that you are working out because you want to be healthy. And maybe part of you does. But beneath that can be another voice saying, just a little more muscle and you'll finally be lovable. But here's the thing, your inner critic will always keep moving the goalposts. Your body that once made you feel proud becomes the body that is 2 percentage points too fat. A missed workout creates anxiety. A photograph from the wrong angle can ruin your day. You compare yourselves with men online, at the gym, on dating apps, or at the beach, and no matter how much your body changes, your mind immediately finds the next imperfection. Here's the most insidious part of body obsession. It has very little to do with your actual body. It has everything to do with the meaning we've attached to it. Many gay men grow up absorbing the message that something about us makes us unlovable. We learn very early that acceptance can be conditional. We may be rejected because of the way we move, we speak, we dress, or express ourselves. So we begin searching for ways to make it impossible for people to reject us. Maybe if I'm attractive enough, no one can dismiss me. Maybe if I'm muscular enough, no one can question my masculinity. Maybe if enough men desire me, I will finally have proof that I am worthy. The perfect body becomes a kind of protection. We aren't only building muscle, we are trying to build armor against rejection. But no physique can permanently protect you from rejection, aging, comparison, or the fear that someone else is more desirable than you. And when your sense of worth depends on maintaining that physique, your body stops feeling like a home. It becomes a project you are never allowed to finish. Ironically, the same yoga practice that initially helped fuel my attachment to my appearance eventually helped me step outside of it. Yoga taught me how to access what we sometimes call the inner witness. The witness is the part of you that can notice a thought without believing it. It's the unchanging part of you, the part that is always perfect, always at rest, unaffected by the changes and circumstances of life. Instead of looking in the mirror, criticizing my body and automatically believing that criticism, I began learning to notice it instead. I could notice the voice of the inner critic that said I was skinny fat, the anxiety that my date was silently judging my forehead wrinkles, the fear that my appearance has doomed me to a life of loneliness. That noticing changed everything. Because when you can witness, you have a choice about whether to get involved with the negative self talk. I also began practicing self compassion, which psychotherapist Christine Neff describes as meeting pain with love. By learning how to meet the scared, ashamed part of myself with the kind of care that I would show a friend or a relative, I was healing parts of me that had never known love before. Cultivating the inner witness with self compassion is now at the heart of what I teach other gay men. Because you do not heal body shame by finally constructing a body that your inner critic approves of. Your inner critic will always find another flaw. You heal by changing your relationship with the voice that says your body determines your worth. If you want to jump into these practices, I have a meditation lined up for you right after this video. And if you're ready to go deeper, this is precisely why I built my Unbothered Like a Mother course, which is a 6-day reset that teaches you the foundational yoga and somatic tools that you can start using every single day to quiet the inner critic and step back from validation seeking and step into self-acceptance. The link is in the description. Now, let me be clear. There is nothing wrong with wanting to feel strong, fit, and attractive. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the gym or wanting to change your body. But we need to always be asking ourselves, am I caring for my body or am I punishing it for failing to make me feel worthy? Your body was never supposed to earn love for you. It was never supposed to protect you from every rejection. You already live in a culture that will constantly invite you to criticize your body. Your practice is learning not to join in. Until next time, aloha.